What's going on YouTube? Today I'll be talking about my top 5 bass fishing lures for Florida. So if you live in Florida and you want to catch a bunch of bass, this video is for you. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you guys all the lures I use. Alright guys, so we're going to jump right into my top 5 Florida baits for all bass. So currently it's March. Actually today is March 1st. So this time of year the fish are just getting out of the spawning mode. So they're kind of difficult to catch down here, but it's Florida. The fishing is always incredible. So my fifth bait, so we're gonna go from 5 to 1, fifth being the worst, first being the best, obviously. So the fifth bait is going to be this live target shad. It's like a golden shiner in Florida. We catch really big bass on the golden shiners. So like my buddy Garrett, he catches 9-10 pound fish all the time at a place called Rodman Reservoir. It's like an hour north of Orlando, and it's really like stocked with big fish. I mean, that lake, there's guides on there that catch 2 trophy bass a day. And for all of you guys that don't know, trophy bass is 8 pounds or bigger. So that's pretty crazy. A lot of people never catch an 8-pound bass in their lifetime, so that's a really big thing. So if you can throw one of these near the lily pads or on a ledge or anything like that, they should be able to, you should be able to smack the fish. They really like the golden stuff because it mimics the golden shiner. So if you guys can get one of these, they're from Live Target. You can find them in Walmart, I'm sure, online, all over the place. So if you're coming to Florida to fish any of these big lakes, I strongly suggest you have one of these, and you will for sure catch a big fish on one of these rattle traps. So now let's jump into number 4, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the fourth bait I'm going to talk about is a topwater bait. A lot of the baits I'm going to be talking about though are going to be soft plastic strictly. A lot of the hard plastic baits work, but I have found the best success in the soft plastics. My buddy Garrett is really good at bass fishing in Florida, and he's taught me a lot. There is a few hard plastic baits he uses, but almost every bait he uses is soft plastic. And every time I go fishing with him, we catch about 4 to 5 pound fish. So sometimes even bigger. We never really get any. Well, we always catch smaller fish, but we always catch 4 to 5 pounders, which is really nice. So the fourth bait is a paddle tail swim bait, and you can kind of just rig these. I'll grab a hook in a second and show you guys how we're gonna rig this, but this is super good. If you rip this across the top, or let it down a little bit and twitch it like a fluke kinda, you can really smack some really big fish. We fish golf courses a lot, and the golf course fish just love this kind of stuff because they patrol the banks looking for all the little shiners and fish up along in the grass, because there's not a lot of carp in the golf courses, so they have plenty of places to hide. So the bass are always up along the shore, eating all the shiners and stuff. So whenever one of these will come across their facing, they just destroy the crap out of it. Actually, in another video, I'll link it right here, I caught a 4.5 pound fish on one of these. It was actually a fluke, but just without the paddle tail. But the golf course fishing in Florida is really good. And if you want to see all of the baits we use in that, I'll have that video linked, and you guys can go watch that. We catch a lot of big fish. We catch like multiple 4s, multiple 3s, but I'm getting off topic now. But basically the paddle tail is super good. I use it a lot, especially in the shallow areas. So with that being said, I think we should jump into number 3. From now on, from 4 to 1, they will be soft plastic baits. So if you're looking for hard plastic baits, this video is soft plastic now. So thank you guys. We're gonna jump into number 3. So I just realized I forgot to show you guys how we rig this paddle tail swim bait. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but for the people who don't know, I'll show you real quick. So basically you have this, and you have the little bass hook right here, and you just want to put it through the top like this, just like that, and then put it out through the top. So you want to go about a 1/2 inch in, and then bring this out and down, and then just slide it down and turn the hook around so that like head of the hook is hidden, and you got the top right here where you tie the line, and then in here there's a crease where you can slide the hook. So you just kind of slide it right in there, and there you go, you got it like that. and then they twitch along, and when it's like this, you can rip it across the top, and the paddle tail will swim really, or twirl really fast, and make a lot of commotion, and the bass will just come up and nail it. It's really cool and really awesome to see. So that's how you rig a paddle tail, and let's jump into number 3. Alright guys, number 3 is going to be very similar to the paddle tail. The tail is just going to be really different. It's I got the Fluke, and these are really, really, really good, especially when we're fishing golf courses. A lot of the examples I'm going to be, with the baits, like a lot of the examples will be from a golf course, and that's just how I've used these baits a lot recently. So anyway, the Fluke is very good. You can use it along the bank. You can use it out where they're busting and all that. Even some of the big lakes, you can go to the lily pads and rip these through, and the big bass love them. They are extremely, extremely, extremely productive. I always have these with me now. My buddy Garrett showed me. I know I'm just telling you about him a lot, but he really has helped me a ton learn Florida bass fishing. So we've caught some really big fish on these. Like I said in the golf course video, we caught a 4.5 pound fish on one of these, and multiple 2s and 3s. So this bait is highly productive. I've only fished golf course ponds with these, but the golf course ponds have a lot of fish in there and big fish, so they're not easy to catch. So I'm fairly confident that these are the baits you guys want to be using, especially if you're fishing some of the bigger lakes too. I know if you can find the fish, the fish will eat these. So I'll show you guys how we rig these too, actually, real quick. I'll undo the paddle tail real quick right here, and then it's gonna be actually the same way as the paddle tail, but I'll show you guys again. Just kind of go through to the top right here, through the head, and turn that around. Go like this, and slide it up in there, go on that thing, and then bend it, and put the hook through, and there you go, Fluke. And my favorite color for this is baby bass, so it's got white on the bottom and green on the top. It's super, super nice, super productive. A lot of the bigger bass will eat smaller bass, so this is what it mimics, and it's highly productive. So I highly suggest you guys have one of these when you go out fishing, when you come to Florida, and I hope you guys slay them. So let's jump into number 2. I got a really cool bait to show you guys. Alright guys, so I was just looking through my tackle box looking for all the baits that I use, and I found a bait that is not a soft plastic that is extremely productive when you are fishing. When it's overcast, when it's sunny, all the time it works pretty much. If you can find the fish and where they're sitting, if you can throw this in front of their face and give it a couple pops, perfect. So I'm gonna show you guys what we got. It's a Whopper Plopper. You can find these everywhere. Bass Pro has them, Walmart has them. If you go to Walmart, you can find the 25-cent bins, and they have mini ones, and they work really good. My friend Cody caught a 10-pound, 13-ounce bass on one of these just like this, and they really do work amazing. You can catch all sizes. I mean, really tiny to really big fish, and it's really nice because a lot of the bigger fish will eat on top water, especially when they're really, really hungry. So these are great enticing baits to use, especially if you want to get some really cool bites and cool footage of bass coming up through the lily pads and all that. I'm going to make a video extremely soon on strictly topwater bites and trying to get those perfect topwater bites. We have a secret lake that we fish at one of the campgrounds we stay at, and the topwater bite's insane. We've caught 9-pound bass, 11-pound bass, all kinds of fish, all kinds of big fish. So I love this bait. It's helped me catch a lot of fish. We even catch bowfin on these. I don't know if you guys know what those are. They're like snakeheads, but they're a little different. They're not invasive. Snakeheads are invasive. But we catch gar on these as well, and then obviously big bass. And the bass just love it. They love that topwater motion. And basically what it does is when it pops, it shoots a big thing of water up, and it sprays and makes a bunch of commotion, and the bass really love it, and it really triggers them on, and they come up and just destroy it. We've had bass come all the way out of the water many times for this. We actually use a rat too, and that's what kind of this mimics, this little rat running across the water. But this is the second lure that the top 2, not the top 1, the top 2 bait that I'm talking about. And I think we should jump into number 1. This bait's pretty good. I suggest you guys have this when you go fishing. There's a lot of lily pads in Florida, so you know, throwing these near the lily pads should work really, really well for you. But with that being said, let's jump into number one and you know, get this video wrapped up. Alright guys, so number one is going to be the Senko. This bait is extremely good. I have so many colors, and there's really one brand that I use, and they are just awesome. It's Deep Creek Lures. Deep Creek Lures is extremely good. They have the best baits, the best Senkos. But this is, I mean, they have all the craziest colors. This is a glowworm. It's super, super good. I took this to a golf course. I caught a 6.5 pound bass the first 5 minutes we were at the spot. It was insane. These, I mean, this color is crazy. I've never ever seen a Senko like green like this, and it worked insane. I mean, I catch all kinds. They have bumblebee, they have the watermelon. The watermelon's really good. They have black and blue. The black and blue works insane. They have this glow one. They have orange and green. It's super good. They have so many different colors and scents and all this. I use garlic scent. That has been the most productive. I haven't tried the fish smell yet, but the guys over at Deep Creek hooked me up a while ago, and I have been able to use them so long. They are very durable. I mean, look how stretchy these things are. Like they go so far. Like this is a what, 7-inch, 6-inch bait, and I mean, I can stretch it out twice its size, and it doesn't. I mean, I'll catch 4 or 5 fish on that easy. I mean, these baits, I have nothing but good things to say about it. I mean, I could not believe the quality, and it's very, very good price. So I'll have their website linked in the description below, and you guys can go get yours. They're super, super, super good baits. They make everything too. They make 49ers, they make Senkos, a bunch of other soft plastics. They're really good baits. And they're out of North Carolina, so you know, pretty good, easy to get shipped to and everything. So, but this is the number one bait that is used in Florida. It catches the most fish quickly. You can rig this in multiple ways. I don't know why that is blinking. And then my favorite way to rig this bait is just a wacky rig, and you put the hook right through the center, and then you know, when you jig it, it gives so much finesse to it. You can also do a Texas rig. The Texas rigs work really well in Florida, but really every kind of rigging technique for the Senko works in Florida. It is the top bait. It's by far the easiest one. So that is my top 5 bass baits for Florida. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a fat thumbs up. I'll put Deep Creek Lures in the description, and you guys can pick yours up. So when you come to Florida, you are locked and loaded to go to catch a big fish. Sorry. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.